I got to tell you, Lou, I know I only have a few minutes with you that you have to run, but I got to tell you, that is the biggest struggle for all of us. And that's why I wanted you on the show, because I really feel that not only are we battling a bureaucracy, but we're battling a system that's trying to silence people that are trying to get the truth out, people that are standing up for liberty and freedom, and people that are just trying to get the truth out in order to protect us. You brought up a very important fact. And before I go, I want to give you an opportunity to say whatever you need to say, but I also want you to address this. There are other nations that are highly hyper focused on finding out what is going on in the skies. This is very serious, folks. This isn't something that Lou and I are just making up. They are very serious about it. And can you talk a little bit about what some of those nations, who some of those nations are,
Yeah, I mean,
and what that entails for us?
yeah. So the news hasn't been broken yet, but I suspect at some point it will. That there are other nations out there, again, some not necessarily friendly to the U.S., that have not only historically taken this topic seriously, but are putting a lot of resources behind it right now. So, for example, China has announced its Five Continents Initiative, where they are trying to create a scientific body to study this topic. Now, that may sound great, except for that they also potentially may control the narrative, right? And when you get to the international stage, like the United Nations, I don't believe one country alone should be driving the narrative on any type of conversation, especially if some of those countries may be looking to possibly reverse or engineer or exploit technology for the purposes of weapons development. Again, I
Right.
know to some people may say, well, is that realistic? Well, time will tell. Keep your eyes and ears peeled to the media, because you may be surprised.
I think that's a little bit of a hint, folks out there, for something that might be coming our way, and that's a pretty daunting piece of news,